just going to give you a great summary and explanation of how to create a photo print project in Forever. So while many of us might think this is super easy to do, once it comes down to it, if you're not real tech savvy, you might want to see a walkthrough. I've been helping a number of clients. I've even been helping some family members create projects. And I recognize that maybe a nice little demonstration would be helpful to some people. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to give you a demonstration right now of how to create some great photo print projects and show you exactly how to do it. And your family members will love it. They will love seeing pictures of themselves or memories celebrated. And these gifts will honestly be the favorites and the best gifts under the tree. And people might be really impressed that you were able to create this. So anyways, let's take a look. I'm going to share my screen with you. And first, I just want to start out and tell you about this great little printout that I have that I'd like to share with you. So I'll put a link to this in the comments. But I'd love for you to have this holiday shopping list. It's so great. So just print it out, and then you can write down a list of all the names of people that you're shopping for, what gift ideas you have for them, when you've ordered it from Forever, and then if you've wrapped it and when you're giving it to them. And really, Hanukkah should be added in here as well. Okay, so whatever you're celebrating, Christmas or Hanukkah, please, consider printing photos as those gifts. So we're going to look at some cute things. Okay, so first of all, I just want to say that I'm on my albums page in my Forever account. I went through my Forever account and created a temporary album right here called Photos to Print. I put 0001 in front of it so it would sort to the top of my albums list. And I'm just throwing some photos in here that I think were good over the last year or so. And they're the ones that I'm going to use as the example today. And so it'll be really easy to grab photos when we do some projects. So all I need to do is go to Create and Print. If you hover over Create and Print, you're going to get a whole list of all the different things that you could do in Create and Print. If you click on Create and Print, then it's going to take you to this page that'll show you a little more flavor and color to the different things that you can create. Some things that I love are the cards and stationery that include notebooks and planners. I love the drinkware. I love the prints and wall decor. But today we're going to focus on some of these photo gifts. So one thing I really love are the blankets. I have had a number of people order blankets. They are a fantastic gift. They're such high quality and the photos are beautiful. I wish I had one to show you as a demonstration here, but I don't. I've given them all out. And I guess I should make one for myself, huh? That doesn't always happen. Okay, so if you just click on blankets, you're able to filter by, material. I want to just talk about these three materials. The fleece is really nice, but it's thin. I have a fleece blanket that I keep in my car that I pull out anytime it's a chill and I'm sitting out watching a game or something. The Sherpa is a nice thick Sherpa that I love. And then the outdoor blanket has nylon on one side. So it's a great stadium blanket. There's 3 sizes to choose from. There's a small size that's great for a baby blanket. I just created some baby blankets for a client's grandchildren, and they're beautiful with baby photos. The medium size blanket is the one I really like the best. But my son, who's very tall, does not like blankets that are too short. So he prefers the big blanket, the 60 by 80. So those are your options. You're able to see that you can sort your blankets by number of photos if you'd like. There's some that are 12 photos that I really love. A couple of different options here. They call these a t-shirt blanket. So if you have a child who's done lots of sports and they have a lot of shirts and you don't know what to do with them, I encourage you to take each one of them, stretch it over a cookie sheet, take a photo of it, and put all of these photos in one blanket. It will be a fabulous gift. I also had a client recently whose dog passed away. So we made a photo blanket of their pictures of their dog and are giving that out to their children this year for Christmas, which will be really sweet. But you could, decide to sort looking by photos if you'd like. So let's just take a look here. You can see there's a variety of different blankets. I really love the holiday ones, the Christmas ones, because you can pull those out every year. I also like the one that's just one photo. And then you can see there's a variety of different ones as well. So I'm going to start with the one photo blanket to show you how to do this. Really simple. I just clicked on it, and now you can see I can select the size of blanket I want, the orientation, if I want it to be horizontal or vertical, and then the material. So like I said, I really love that Sherpa. So I'm going to hit personalize now to be able to personalize this blanket. You can see that there's some text available here as well. But first thing I'm going to do is just add the photo. So I'm going to click in the middle and click on the photo button. I'm going to go to my albums page here at the top and go to that album that I mentioned that had all of the photos in it I wanted to use as an example today. I love this photo and thought it would be a nice one for a blanket, but I don't really like where we're stationed on that blanket. We're kind of bottom right corner. So if I just click on the blanket, I can enlarge that photo a little bit by clicking enlarge at the top. I can place the cursor on the middle of the photo and drag that photo up and over. I also can change the text. This was not Tybee Island, but I'm just going to put that it was Bryce National Park. And I can also change the font if I'd like to and see which one I might like best. And then I also can edit the size of that font. Then I can just hit save changes. Okay. Next is I want to change the second line, and I'm actually just not going to have any text there. So I'm going to delete the Tybee Island, and I'm going to hit save changes. So if you have a text box that has no text in it, nothing is going to print. So now all that you're going to see is Bryce National Park at the bottom of this blanket. But guess what? I don't like the fact that it's covering our feet. So I can come over and click on options to, I'm sorry, not options, designs or layouts. There it is. I'm sorry, layouts. Click on layouts to look and see what it would look like if I changed that font to a different place. So here I'm just changing the layout. You can see it did adjust the photo a little bit when I did that. So I'm going to see what I like, and then I'll readjust the photo. I kind of like it on the side. So if I come back over here, I might choose a different font, and I might even make it a little bit bigger, spread that out on the blanket a little bit. And then again, I want to kind of move this photo up a little bit. So there we go. I like that. So once I get it as I like it, I can hit the preview and see what it's going to look like printed on a blanket. It's kind of hard to see the actual blanket, but at least you get an idea of the design. I can also at the top edit the name of this. Instead of picture it blanket, I might just put Bryce blanket so that I know a description, personal description of what that blanket is. And then at the bottom, I'm just going to hit add to cart. Now, before I do that, if I wanted to perhaps change this up a little bit and have a different design, I could go to designs and see that there are a number of other blanket designs I could choose right from here in order to do something different. So for example, if I decided that I wanted to add other photos to this instead of just one photo, I might change this to this 3 photo gallery blanket. And now I have 3 photos in here. So I might scooch this one over a little bit. I may go back to my album and add a couple of other photos from the trip. So just by clicking in the middle of that photo, I'm able to come in and add those photos. But I want to replace this one. I don't really want this photo on there. So if I just click on the image and go to replace, that'll take me right back to the album, and I can choose a different photo. A couple of other things that I want to look at here. If we go over to layouts again, you can see that I might be able to change it up a little bit. Maybe I want to have one photo across the top and not have that photo be, vertical over there. So if that's the case, I could click on this photo and just play around with a little bit. I might move that photo down here, enlarge it a little bit. I might move this one up a little bit. And there we go. I really like that design. You can see I could also pick one with text if I wanted to. And I'm going to click colors because I might want to play around and have a different color background on this blanket. So I could just come over and check on a few and see which color I like the best. And then when I'm finally ready, I can again preview, get a good look at it, and then add it to the cart. So that blanket is $65 and it's now in my cart ready to order. Let's take a look at another print project. So if I go back to create and print, I'm going to make a tabletop panel. So I really like these tabletop panels. It's a great way to give a gift to someone for such a low cost. They're only $14.50 right now for the 5x7s. And you can see there's a lot of different designs. Some of the things I really love are the dry erase boards. So this is a great one for maybe for a graduate or a student. And there's some that are simply photos and others that have nice messages on them as well. So we're going to start with, let's go ahead and do this single photo. I love this background. This is a great little memory for the year. I can do a 5x7, but I could do it 8x10 as well. Let's just check out the 8x10. You can see the photos down here of this item. So I'm going to click personalize and a couple things. One is I'm going to go to my photos, go to albums, go to the photos to print, and let's see what I'm going to place on here. So let's just do this one. Recognize that this is not necessarily Christmas time, but no one really knows that. And I might just put at the bottom here, instead of the Burdett family, I just might put my family, the Ogle family, 2023. Done. Look at that. That is a beautiful gift. It's already done, and all I have to do is order, and it's $21.50. Put that in the cart too. That was quick and fast. Let's go back to create and print. And I want to show you a couple of tips and tricks that you can do when you're creating these gifts. So let's do a coaster set. I really love these gifts. Let's see here. Okay. So the coasters are really nice because they're not just beautiful to look at with photos, but we can add a QR code to these as well. So let's look at this one. Classic coasters. Cheers to the best grandparents. I love that. That's great. All right. So when I'm ready to, see the ones I want to make, I just hit personalize. I do have a couple of options. One is I can change the background color of these coasters if I want to. I could do it one time, and there are different, patterns, or there are different colors, whatever suits you. You can also edit the text. So you could say, let's just put Josh as an example. Josh loves, now look, I'm not going to have enough space for me to add an S because I've run out of space, but I can reduce the size in order to do that. I could also change the font if I wanted to, and then hit save change. Okay, so there we go. So Josh loves you. I might put an exclamation point on that too. Okay, so when I'm now going to create this coaster, I can again go to my albums page, and I can select what photos I want to place in there. So let's do a couple of, I put Josh, but that probably wasn't a really great example. I think we should go back to just putting we. And then we have to go back to put love, because I just put different photos on than what I was expecting. Okay. There we go. Okay. So that's a great one, right? And then when I go to the next coaster, if I want to change the layout of this coaster, perhaps I just want one photo on this coaster, I can do that, right? And then I just choose which photo I want. This was actually a super cool site, was these eagles. So I felt like that might make a cool coaster, but not really loving that. So not really sure we want an eagle with what he's eating on the coaster either. So it's kind of fun just to come in and kind of play around with it a little bit and see what you like the best. And sometimes you don't really know until you get that on there. That's a pretty cool one. And then I could always change it up like this if I wanted to see what it looked like on a different background or with some font there as well. So, and I could edit this however I'd like to. And then finally, I'd like to show you one more feature that I love. Let's just do another grouping of photos here so I can show you. So real quickly, I will just put a couple of images here. These are just some of the beautiful sites. Yeah, maybe we'll enlarge that a little bit. Actually, I don't really like that. So I can move that photo up here, and that might be a better look. Okay, so I'm not sure I love that, but just as an example, we're just going to go with it. Okay, so now I could add a QR code. So by clicking QR code on the right-hand side, I could add an album or a file. I could add a file that's an audio file that you can hear the person talking, or I could add a file that's a video. And so when the QR code is scanned, you see the video, or I could add an album. And I really like doing the albums. So if I added the QR code to all these photos that I was selecting to print, that would show up right here on the coaster. So that's a really cool feature. So now I can make it a little smaller if I want. Anyone who is sitting with this coaster can scan the QR code and see either the video, the audio files, or all those photos that are contained in whatever album I select to go to the QR code. Okay, so let me do the final one here, and then we'll go look at the checkout. All right, so I'm just going to pick one more photo here. That's me and my son. And then I'm going to add it to the cart. Okay, so it's saying that some of the text boxes have the sample text in them. Am I sure I want the sample text? And yes, I did, as an example. Okay, so here are 3 items in the cart that we're going to check out with. I want you to recognize a few things. One is you can always go to the deals page to find the best deals, but they typically add to your cart automatically. So we've got the Black Friday 23 coupon added, which is 50% off all print items. That sale goes through the end of the month. So if you haven't ordered print items, go ahead and get those ordered. But if you do go to the deals page, you can usually find that here and copy it as well, and then paste it yourself in your cart. So I'm going to go back to the cart, and then this is where I would paste it if it wasn't already applied. The other thing I want to tell you is I get 5% off everything I order at Forever because I'm a member of the Forever Club. So this is really important, and I want you to recognize what Forever Club is. It is a set-aside program so that you can set money aside each month, however much money you decide, $25, $50, $100 a month, and always have that money in your reserves and your Forever account. The benefits are it gives you 5% off everything. It also gives you free storage every 3 months that you have Forever Club. You get a little bit of free storage added to your account, and it doesn't cost you anything to be a member of the club, and you never lose your money. So if I go to products and go to Forever Club, you can learn more about Club, but this is basically how it works, and you can learn about the perks. If I wanted to do $50 a month, I would just hit add to cart, and it would go into my cart. In fact, we'll put it in there to show you. Here it is. And it would become like a subscription. So every month your credit card would get, dinged $50, and that money would go right into your Forever account. Then when you're ready to check out, that Club 5 coupon will always show up. I'm going to remove this, and you'll see how much money you have in your Club account, and you can apply those dollars to your order in your Forever account. So there it is. And then just check out right here. And then your items will be shipped to you. So anyways, I hope that you learned something. I hope that me showing you how to do this was a really good example of just how easy it can be to create these wonderful print projects at Forever. If you have any questions, please reach out to your ambassador. We're here to help.